Okay, I'm going to go into some more detail. So, for example, Lord Immolation, you say that you believe in the physical world, that that's the primary thing. You explain your philosophy as being based entirely on the physical world. Well, see, I think mine is based on the physical world, because you say, oh, it's based on the physical world, and I say, how do you know anything about the physical world? So, because whatever you base your belief in the physical world on, that's going to be what you really believe in, right? Because you believe in the physical world. So, what do you have besides perceptions? Two, you agreed that analytics is practical. You said, yeah, analytics, damn useful, so you're going to assume it. No, if it was useful, then you didn't assume it. You didn't assume it. You found it useful. You had a criteria. You didn't just assume it with no criteria. You assumed it with the criteria of use, right? Also, you said truth needs to supervene on being. And this is why I was telling you that I think you're committed to a metaphysical world of forms, because you're saying that there are truths separate from being as we understand it, that there's some sort of non-physical being. That implies there's this non-physical place, doesn't it? Doesn't you just say that the truth requires there being an existence, requires there being something for it to be true about? So once again, I think that your idea is, if you look closely at what you're saying and what you say, well, this isn't justified, I'm just assuming it, but it is useful. Why do you think you can say you're using it for no reason when you know that it's useful? I mean, if there's only one reason to use it, that it's useful, then isn't that the reason you're using it? Why would you say, well, no, I simply assume it? I simply assume it, but it is useful. But you don't assume the things that aren't useful. Now, I'm not trying to pull us back into the fundamentals of this metaphysics debate. I think that it's somewhat open. On the other hand, I had to take this opportunity to give you an idea of why I'm making these assertions about your views. Because if I'm drawing some equivalencies here. I mean, I believe that if you're a realist in the sense that you're going to base your knowledge on what's really available to you, that sense of realism, that you're going to run into pragmatism. And this is why that you can't say, oh, I believe in the physical world, but I'm not a materialist. The physical world is the material world. What's the distinction there, other than these logical distinctions about what you're going to assume and what you're not going to assume? If you assume that the world exists and that our brain is a material in it, then you'll find yourself stuck in the same epistemology that I'm advocating. And the question is, how do you get out of it? How do you get back to justifying what you actually believe based on the information you're given? And it has to be a theory that starts with the information you're given, because that's the information you're given. But anyway, cheers.